Welcome to Veterans in Politics Talk Show. Join us every Wednesday night at 6 p.m. Pacific Time, live stream on Facebook.
Folks, we're back. This is Steve Sands and Stephanie Phillips for another episode of Veterans in Politics. Today we have David Lewis, Marine veteran, exposing VA loan corruption. But before we get to Mr. Lewis, Ms. Phillips.
Thanks for joining us, everybody, and thank you to our sponsors. We have Dr. Ari Nagy. He's running for Congressional District 3. His website is nagyforcongress.com. Nagyforcongress.com. Is that right? Yeah. I've been saying these for so long. We also have Cody K. Whipple. He's running for Congressional District 4. His website is codykforcongress.com. And that's the number 4, codykforcongress.com. We also have Henderson's mayor, Michelle Romero. She's running for re-election. Her website is votemichelleromero.com, votemichelleromero.com. We also have Dave Marlin. He's running for Las Vegas City Council, Ward 6. His website is daveforvegas.com, and that's F-O-R. daveforvegas.com. We also have Judge Jennifer Schwartz, and she is running for re-election for Department 17. Her website is judgeschwartz.com, judgeschwartz.com. We also have George Harris. He is running for Senate District 8. His website is votegeorgeharris.com, votegeorgeharris.com. We also have Tim Ross over at the North Las Vegas Hangars Association. If you would like to know more what they do, get on his website at vgthog.org, vgthog.org. And also we have Trent Richards. He is running for Henderson Justice Court Department 4. His website is trentforjudge.com. Sorry, trentforjudge.com, and that's the number 4. Also, don't forget to grab your copy of Steve's book, How to Navigate Nevada's Family Court System. It is on Amazon. It's $14.99. If you are a litigant in family court and you don't have an attorney and can't afford one, this is a self-help book, and it will help you navigate that system. So pick up a copy. Also, we have a merch store. It's VIPImerch.com, VIPImerch.com. There are all kinds of fun things for you to check out there. And also early voting is still going on. Make sure you grab your ballots and go down and vote. And the primary election is next Tuesday on the 9th. So be sure to vote. For my rant, I keep seeing these claims that people are making online. Mr. Hatfield, you on Instagram specifically, also Skippy and Skippy Jr. I know you two are going to be very excited that we are now back to you guys. So you guys were quiet for quite some time on your show, and now you have resurrected our stuff and starting to spread lies. Once again, I thought that we fixed this when we went down to the school board and testified. But anyway, so I've heard lie after lie that we are collecting $500 per endorsement. Absolute lie. And I would challenge each of you who are spreading these lies, go out there and find the candidate and find the receipt that they paid us for that endorsement. These right here, these are called sponsors. This is advertising on our talk show. Also on the endorsement interviews, same thing. Those people can advertise and be a sponsor. That is not for an endorsement. Because if you notice that some of those, they did not get endorsed. Some had the endorsement first before they advertised. So please get your facts straight and have your receipts if you're going to make these claims.
Yeah, we're tired of your crap. And you know what? We might even sue you. So there you go.
Yeah, there's a whole lot more on Skippy, but I'm letting them off a little light. But don't worry, we're watching you guys. So be careful what you say, because you're spreading a whole bunch of lies and saying all this stuff all over again that we just got done doing. So.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's your turn now, David.
It's my turn.
It's your turn.
Mr. Lewis, thank you for coming on the show.
Thank you, Steve. Appreciate the opportunity.
Semper Fi to you, my brother.
Semper Fi.
Could you give us a bio?
Just on a military background?
No, you're wherever you want to start.
Well, I don't know. I come from a military family, so, it was more or less a predetermined career. I enlisted in the Marines at 17. Went to visit all the nice places, Vietnam,
Cambodia.
Cambodia, some of the other places. Got back and got a little to the first battalion landing team to go visit Haiti. And they wanted to have our attention.
Ooh.
So that was a lot of fun. And, down through the career, I later joined the Army at the request of a friend and spent several years with them. Served in Lebanon operations, and I retired after Desert Storm. So 26 years, 7 months and 24 days. Not that I was counting now. I was not, but good years. It was a lot different back then. I've been retired over 20 years, so it's changed, as you well know. Changed to today.
Very much so.
Very much so.
Mm-hmm.
Anyhow, I thank you. I thank Veterans in Politics for the opportunity. I'm 100% service-connected disabled veteran.
Mm-hmm.
And that in part plays into the problems that I and many others have had with a company called Village Capital and Investments, LLC.
Okay.
I'm here so that I can pass the word. If you're a veteran, you want to avoid Village Capital. This isn't just my opinion. There are 116 sites. If you Google complaints against Village Capital, there's 116 sites. There are endless reports and complaints by veterans. Ironically, the same problems that I'm having seem to be common. Okay, Village Capital, who claims to be from Henderson, Nevada, is registered with the Secretary of State as a foreign LLC.
Mm-hmm.
And so I went into a little research, and they're from Utah.
Okay.
Now, my purpose is to share today with as many of the fellow veterans I can to be aware of this mortgage company. They apparently focus on VA loans. Out of 700 complaints listed, over 700, 324 are from veterans. That's 46% of the total complaint factor. Another 185, or 26%, are from FHA. So what it appears to be is Village Capital likes to focus on government-sponsored mortgages, which they can't lose on. It's a terrible situation, and I was telling Stephanie earlier, I don't know in the end result if these people are just incompetent. I don't know if they're, criminally negligent, or is this by intent? And there's a lot of information that would indicate all three, but it doesn't much matter. You cannot harass veterans. You cannot make mistakes and then come at the veteran and say, well, you didn't do this, you didn't do that. In my case, they started claiming that you had made your mortgage payment. We have every check and every bank statement showing the mortgage payment was made on time, every time they cash the check. So it's kind of hard to say you didn't get it when you cash the check. We've actually gone to the point now where we send in the monthly payment certified, which I don't think it's going to matter much, but they have to sign now,
Village Mortgage.
Village Capital and Investments, LLC.
So you're having the issues, it's after you already close on the loan, close on the house, and your issues are payment, and their escrow, how they're calculating the escrows and things like that. You said there's 700 complaints. Are those others, are they similar complaints? Is it happening after they close the loan?
Absolutely.
And how they're managing
Absolutely.
Okay. All right.
Absolutely. And this is, again, this is a VA loan. It's here to help the veterans. It's not something to be used by a company to generate profit And they're generating greater profit than just the interest and the payments that they have on the loan. Now, I want to emphasize this point. I'm not filing a complaint against the VA. I don't think the VA actually knows what's going on with the people.
You filed a complaint against the village.
We have
capital
now.
investment.
We have now. Yeah. I don't think the VA knew. We have filed with them. When I have our lawsuit ready to go into court, we're going to provide them with a copy of that.
Who did you file the complaints to?
We have filed. Well, I originally went to the Consumer Protection Finance, right? And it's interesting because they contacted Village Investment or Capital, Village Capital, and Village Capital said, no, there's no problem. So they wrote me back and said, no, there's no problem. I'm going, excuse me. All right, doesn't work that way.
Investigation is over.
Yeah, yes. Well, and ironically, it's the Bureau of Financial, what is this? This is the Nevada Consumer Finance Protection Bureau that sued them. Okay, took them to court, and the charge in this was deceptive acts and practices. And that's what they are continuing to do. They were found guilty. They were fined. They had to pay $286,000 to the parties involved. They were then fined another $260,000.
Why are they still in business?
Good question.
Did you file one with the Nevada Division of Mortgage Lending?
We're just starting that.
How about the Better Business Bureau?
The Better Business Bureau, yes, we filed with that.
How come there's no case number on here? I was going to give people the case number so
Case
they can
number's
look it
at
up.
the top, I think.
Oh, right here. Case 218-CV-02304. If you want to look that up, this is from 2018.
2018.
So they have been apparently doing this for quite some time.
In this document, they're ordered to cease and desist deceptive acts and practices. Since that time, all right, in 2018, you can see they've continually had more and more and more complaints. Look at it from 2018. Last year, they were up to 210.
Holy cow.
It was 60
so far this year.
61 so far, but I think that was taken in March. So it would appear they're gonna hit a new high, this year.
You would think after this many years that VA would be picking up on this. All these agencies that oversee mortgage companies. I mean, there's many. You'd think they would pick up on this and shut them down.
Yeah, I think you have to pursue and bring this to the attention of whoever it is you're trying to get to. For example, when we get the lawsuit done, I'm going to go publicly after the governor's office, the Secretary of State's office, the Attorney General's office.
Did you file with the Attorney General's office?
Not yet. We're going
How
to file.
about the VA Loan Guarantee Program?
I have filed with them. I've talked with them. I sent them the complete copies of our payments, payment checks, the bank account statements, etc.
When did you do that? How long ago?
That was by email about 2 weeks ago, and I've subsequently said to the individual up there, call me back. Let's talk. Let's go through this so you can see what's going on.
Have they addressed you in writing yet or answered that in writing?
Not since they sent it, okay? And if you take a look, this is a listing of these complaints. 324 are veteran, 185 are FHA, which I think is about the same in terms of the legality of the thing.
So what are the warning signs veterans should look out for before signing documents?
Every one of the complaints from veterans will tell you, and I will quote, avoid Village Capital.
That's a warning sign right there, right?
Yeah.
First red flag.
Here's a veteran just trying to get my tax exemptions corrected, right? The irony to it is the first one I read is just exactly what I've been through. Village Capital sent me a notice that I had a $3,800 escrow shortage. That doesn't just happen. All right. So they grab numbers. And if I did not pay, the mortgage payment would increase from $2,800 to $3,400. I immediately sent the payment. However, to this date, they have failed to reduce my monthly payment. All
So
right.
it went up to the new amount, even though they paid the shortage.
Yes. Okay. And with many of these cases, you're going to find it's the same scenario. And then they charge you late fees. If he didn't pay the increased $3,400, they'll charge him late fees if he sent the $2,800 in, even though their number was wrong.
Aren't these fixed?
Yeah.
No, the escrows are not fixed. The homeowner's insurance fluctuates each year. Property taxes, that fluctuates. So your
Goes up.
escrow account and, beyond your principal and interest, that is going to change. But
It's
they
going to
always annually, they will send you an audit. And I just got mine. We were talking about that before that we started here. That they will tell you what has changed, what the shortage is, or what your new payment is. But typically that is $15, $10, $20. Because there's, small adjustments for taxes going up if the value has increased of your home. But $3,800, for them to be short that amount, they either haven't been keeping track, they haven't collected enough, or there were some bad numbers in there, or they're just trying to plain rip off people. That's crazy.
The latter seems to be the case because it's like the second one referring here. Village Capital's worst service: grossly incompetent, rude. Employees are youngsters, not allowed to talk to management. In this case, they denied his VA RRRL program. And that's almost a given with the VA loan. But here's your escrow thing, okay? And I've highlighted the thing. What they do, first of all, your taxes in Clark County come out in July. They're posted in July. So you know what your taxes are for the next year, all right? The insurance, in our case, it turned over in September. In their case, they look at it and say, okay, well, last year it was this. So we're going to project, and they have a little thing down at the bottom. I love this down here. What's that say? Projected?
Projected minus 2,600, but they have this is crazy. They have your actual homeowner's insurance policy at $1,381.
Right.
Their projected or expected amount is $1,924. That's over $600. You don't go up that much in a year. That's crazy. That's insane. That does not happen.
I went to school back when they taught reading, writing, and arithmetic.
They need to redo their math. Insurance companies, it may go up $60, $100. If you don't change your coverage and you don't increase your coverage on your homeowner's policy, that's
Right.
crazy.
Right.
Oh my goodness.
And in this process with me, we had the mortgage from 2022. This starts in 2024. And they originally said, okay, we're going to jump your payment to $2,756, and back and forth and back and forth. How do you get to that? Well, I said, you got a reduction. The insurance went down from $1,500 to $1,300, but you're charging $1,900. It's like, that makes no sense. So after a month or two, this was a statement here that says your payment in September will be this is this year, $2,889. They're going to jump it again this year. And there's been no change, especially with the taxes, because again, my disability rating increased and my tax went down.
Yeah, they do have that going down like $20.
Yeah,
that
they don't pay
went
any
down.
attention to the facts and the figures, and you cannot communicate with them. In 2024, they claimed $2,756. That was for September. By October, they'd figured it out, and they said, "Oh, okay, we'll make it $2,711." And I said, "That's still not right, but fine. We'll pay $2,711, and you can use whatever that surplus is. It's like $75 a month to put in escrow, so you have, right?" we made the 2711 payment in September and October. They came back in November and said you owe us late fees because it should have been 2756. I'm saying you've already said it's 2711. Okay. I don't know if you're dealing with something that is just criminal negligence or if there is intent. And I think as you read through these things, you're going to see that there seems to be this general feeling that, you know, if you're a veteran, we'll do whatever we want. We'll foreclose. They send me little notices, which, again, you know, like everybody else in the world, we're trying to survive, but I get these little love letters. If you wish to keep your property, send the full amount of $3542.89.
Sounds like a threat.
Can I see that?
But here, have it all.
Did
But I don't know
you-
where these numbers come from. And I sent them an email. I said, tell me where you got these numbers from. And they said, well, our department doesn't handle that. And I'm going, you sent me them, you know? So it's an absolute scream.
your homeowner's insurance is with USAA?
USAA.
When you got this notice of their projection, did you call USAA and
Yeah.
ask what your projected next year would be for your premium?
Yes.
And what did it change?
It didn't change at all.
Okay.
It did not change at all.
Did you get that in writing from USAA to provide to the?
No.
Okay.
No, and there was, you know, they insurance companies like to increase every year. This would have been a 40% increase in premium. That's absurd. Okay. But I got rid of that.
That's-
Was farmers insurance. I got rid of them and went to USAA.
But even that, I mean, that is absolutely insane. Unless you insured, you know, a whole bunch of other assets that you specifically itemized, jewelry, you know, piano, or, you know, something,
Yes. Yes.
that doesn't happen.
Well, what's interesting
crazy.
also is again, their numbers don't add up. Let's assume for a second that this number was correct and it went, the cost went up by $542 per year. Divide that by 12, it doesn't come out to $116 a month. All right? Where's the other money going? And again, when they send these love letters, the number's never the same. It's like, what number do you want and where did you get it from?
This letter is dated May 11th. You have a 15-day grace period on your loan, right? 15
yeah.
days. This is dated May 11th, and they say your loan is presently in default. Was this because they're looking back at April? Because this hadn't even, I mean, your grace period of 15 days hadn't even run out by the time they wrote this letter.
Yeah.
So was this because of the month before in April, they claimed you didn't pay it?
15 days later, on the 26th of May, there's a second letter. What happens in 15 days? There's no payment due. There's no change. There's no reduction.
So do you think they're setting you up to have you looked at the public record? Have they filed a notice of default on your property? Do you know?
Surely I don't know.
Not a lien. It would be a notice of default.
I don't know.
You need to go to the county assessor and find out.
Okay. I think
Or
I can
recorder.
look that.
I think there may be a game that they're playing because a lot of these veterans have gone through the same thing. Okay. And it's constant. The same story. They say this, somebody pays it. That doesn't matter. They're continuing to charge late fees on something that's non-existent. In one, I think in the previous one, they said there was a shortage in escrow of $900. Now they said there's a shortage in escrow of $23.69. Where do you come up with this? You're getting the money every month. Okay. So I think it's intentional. And again,
You're filling in their bonus.
they're again, if you've got this many people that they're ripping off for a couple hundred a month, that's a lot of money. Okay. Now, and again, we're preparing a lawsuit. I will move to bring in the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau from Nevada. We're going to notify the VA. We'll continue to follow through with the VA.
What does the VA say though? Did you talk to them?
Well, so far I have had one email communication from the loan service guarantee section. And they said, "Oh, well, we'll contact them and ask for your payment record."
Mhm.
Okay. They did that. I sent them the copies of the checks and the bank statements,
Mhm.
and I'm waiting for them to get back to me.
So, what questions should veterans ask their lender?
Well, I don't know the different lenders. I've had 3 or 4 VA loans over the course of the last 30 years. I've never had a problem. I mean, Loan Depot, Federal, what is it, American Federal Bank or whatever it is, never had a problem.
Mhm.
I mean, as Stephanie put out, the taxes change, they go up, okay. But you don't go through this consternation on a monthly basis. And I think what they do is they sidetrack. They sent me one letter where they said, this was back when we went from 2640 to 2711. And they said, well, you only set 2640. So send us another $70. We did. Doesn't matter. The second year, when we went from 2711 to 2736, this past year, we sent them a difference for the 3 months. Does not matter. At one point, they're claiming you $108. The next time they're claiming it's $400.
So what they're doing is they're putting, if they don't get that full amount, they're putting your payment in suspense.
Yes.
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 So when it's in suspense, it is not applied. And then if you don't have the whole payment, then they're charging you, saying that you didn't make the payment or you got a late fee and all this
Yes.
until you pay the rest of the amount. But then by that time, it's late. And then it will be applied. And it's just it's a compounding issue, it looks like. But this letter right here, all of these amounts and the fluctuation in your insurance premium, oh my goodness. These people just the little bit that I'm seeing right here, it is highly irregular. You don't see these fluctuations like this, and they need to be investigated. And I hope that your lawsuit is successful, because they need to answer for this. I can't even imagine what other people are going through. And when their payments go up, a lot of people, are on fixed income. You can't have another $500 or $600 out of nowhere going to your mortgage payment.
There was at least one single woman veteran, and she's going through just that. She's on a fixed income, and they're trying to take her house.
Golly.
Right? These, and again, we have looked up the Consumer Financial Protection Act and the law.
Did you speak to any of your congressional representative or senatorial representative?
Not yet. And Steve, to be honest with you, I think that's a waste of time. I haven't seen any representation from any. I talked to the Susie Lee is the congressional representative, and I talked to her office about the Camp Lejeune lawsuit, because I was a victim of that, and it was like, oh, well, that's nice. Why don't you contact the VA? And I said, I'm talking to the VA. We're talking to the Navy Department. The Navy Department's handling, the Camp Lejeune lawsuit.
Mm-hmm.
Well, call us back when you get something done. I'm going, hello, you're here to try and help us with this. So I think any congressional help is all but non-existent.
But that's one of the 4. You still got 3 more congressional representative and 2 senatorial representatives.
I've tried this with Jackie Rosen. Nothing.
They all say, this is, all these congressional candidates are running for re-election, and they all say they care about veterans. They support the veteran community and all this. So let's put them to the test. So when we put this out, we're going to tag each of them on this, and let's see who contacts you. This is atrocious.
It is.
It is absolutely. And to have hundreds and hundreds of veterans going through this same thing.
Same thing. Over and over and over and over. And here's, again, this is online. This is their stories, right? as to Village Capital. So yes, I want to go to the governor, to AG. We will pursue the VA vigorously. We're going to, I think I've been told that we have an excellent lawsuit. And
Who's your attorney?
say again, please.
Who's your attorney?
I don't know. I'm talking to the folks that you had recommended.
Okay.
Okay, and we're pursuing that right now. I have been very trying to prepare for this evening.
Have you sent out letters to all the veterans, the 300 and how many, 60?
No, you don't have their complete addresses. So when we go to court, we're going to ask disclosure of every veteran. Okay.
So they can join, and they'll be sent notices so
Right.
that they could join this if
Maybe a
they
class
want
action.
to, like a class action lawsuit.
That's what I think we can get going. I think we can get a class action. And again, if there's a veteran who's an attorney listening to this that wants to get involved, call me, contact me, because you've got it here. The stories are the same. This is over and over and over and over. And again, you don't need this, particularly if again you're on a fixed income.
Yeah.
And you're fighting with us.
And I mean, they're the ones they're telling you these numbers. And if you don't pay, then you got the late fee, and then that hits your credit report, right?
Yeah.
If you're late, and that really dings you. And then it's this compounding thing. And I mean, they have you by the short hairs.
In one, I think the last month, in one they said, well, okay, you owe us $8,000. I'm going, it's getting to be a richer game, folks.
What kind of house do you have?
Yes. Exactly.
So this 1924, this is with farmers before you change to USA.
That was never allowed to go into effect.
Because they
said-
put actual amount. It was 1924.
Never happened. Okay.
That would be a very large home.
Yes.
That would be the premium.
Well, that never happened. And they claimed that they paid it.
Yeah.
Then
that's right
later
here.
they claimed that
Yeah.
they paid him in one letter. They claimed that they paid $2,700,
How big is your home?
2,300 square feet.
Okay, so that should be 1,000
Yeah.
or
you went-
so a year. 1,100. Even USA is a little bit more expensive.
$1,380 from USAA.
Yeah, USAA is pricey, and yet they go by the slogan that they help veterans, but they
Yeah.
don't. And that should be that. I think that should be borderline stolen valor, because they're pushing the veteran image, but they're not doing a damn thing for veterans. No more than what the other insurance companies are doing.
I had a little and we've used USAA just because military family we have. They increased the auto insurance one year, and I called them up. I said, I don't understand. We haven't had accidents. The car's the same. It's gotten older. Why are you increasing the auto insurance? And they said, well, the legislature in Nevada said we could do that. I said, send them the bill. Don't increase it to me. So yeah, USA, and the irony to it, that year, I'll do research and everything else on things. USAA was announcing at the same time that they were pleased to be able to tell all the USAA members that the past year they were down to $3 billion in profit, but this year they're going to be at $4 billion.
Profit off of who?
Yes, profit off of this company. And again, I want to get to the state politicians. Why should a foreign company register with the Secretary of State as a foreign company be allowed to come into Nevada and injure us
And rape you.
and rape you? Yes.
Mhm.
And again, they send this thing. This is like a shell game. You don't know where the correct payment is under the walnut. It's like you can't figure it out. We have sent and we had letters back and forth. They say, okay, $2,711 is your actual payment.
Mhm.
They don't go back and credit that.
Mhm.
They're saying, no, you have to pay the higher amount for 2 months. Why? Why should you have to do that?
Yeah.
It was their error, their mistake. And I think when we get to court, again, we're gonna have at this with the judge. But I have all the payment records. Here's a printout from they're claiming, oh, your taxes this year were based on last year at $2,500. taxes went down to $21.99. So you increase my payment by what? You know?
That's why when they come out in July, that's why they do those audits. You get the annual audit. I had just got mine, and they can see what's expected. They know pretty much what's coming. Your insurance company, they can see what that new bill looks like. There is no need for this horrendous jump in escrows for anticipated. That's not right.
The Better Business Bureau states on one of their websites that, here it is. If you go on and you search complaints, there's 116 results
For just this company.
for just
Village Capital and Investment.
and investment. And that's just veteran complaints.
Whew.
All right. The Better Business Bureau stated that the biggest problem is. All right, here we go. Better Business Bureau. Complaints often involve escrow mismanagement, such as incorrect tax exemptions, leading to shortages and difficulty getting timely escrow analysis and repayment plans. So it isn't me. This is something they're doing each and every day.
You've had this loan since 2022?
September 2022.
Okay, so 2 years later, why are they writing you a letter asking you for W-2s, 1 month most recent pay stub, income needed? Were you trying to do a refi at this time?
They don't pay any attention to any detail whatsoever. I have no idea why they sent that. They'd had our mortgage for 2 years, and then they say, well, thank you for applying, and please send you W-2s. I'm going,
this
what?
is talking about a loan application. So you didn't submit. Did
No.
somebody get a hold of
No.
your Social Security number and file an application on your behalf
No,
somehow?
no.
So the
Now-
right hand don't know what the right hand is
Sure.
doing?
So what did you call them and ask them why they
No.
want these
You
documents?
can't get through to these people.
So they don't answer this phone.
No, well, you can sit and wait an hour. Can you please hold? Okay. Hour later, you're going nowhere. And then when you get to someone, and I gave up doing this after the third or fourth time. You call, I'm sorry, please hold. You hold, you get on. I need to talk to somebody about this. Well, I can't help you with that. I'll have a manager call you. Right?
Did
Hold
you
your
send
breath.
them this information?
No. I was a client.
You don't send
I-
this unless you're applying for a loan.
Right. I hadn't contacted them to apply for anything.
Okay.
We closed this mortgage in September of 2022 with low rates VA mortgages. 30 days later, they sold it to Village.
That's typical.
we-
That's typical that they sell your note as soon as you close. They sell it to another servicer. So that's typical that happens. Most mortgages that happens. I would say in my experience and what I've seen with all of my clients, they sell them almost right away.
Well, Mr. Lewis, we're running out of time. And I know you want to talk more.
I appreciate the opportunity. No,
But I think we got the gist of it.
this is hurting people. Okay.
Yeah.
I was going to tell you what is the other. Oh, I intentionally contacted 2 mortgage companies last month because I wanted to know, is Village watching? Sure enough, I get a letter from Village saying, "Gee, we noticed that you were looking for another mortgage. Can we refinance your mortgage?" This tells me that they watch it, and it tells me when I went the first time is when they filed a late payment. Because if you have a late payment, you can't get a new mortgage.
No.
They did
Yeah,
that
you have to wait for
intentionally.
12 months. And
That's right. They
Make them
did
all
that
on time,
intentionally to keep us from refining. It's.
Well, thank you for coming on the show.
Thank you. I appreciate the time. I hope
Mark's going to zoom in on you, and this is your time to say your final words or whatever you want to talk about. And if you want to give a point of contact, and if you want to do a class action, and how to get a hold of you, stuff like that.
absolutely. Thank you.
repeat this company name again.
Okay.
please, so
Yeah,
people can hear it again.
The company is Village Capital and Investments LLC. They claim they have offices in Henderson, Nevada, but they're listed as a foreign company by the Secretary of State. I am very much convinced that there's a class action suit here. You have 324 veterans who have published their problems and the same problems that I've had online. So Village Capital is doing this. If there are any attorneys that want to help veterans or want to get involved in a class action suit, you can contact me on the email at PCMS, that's Papa Charlie Mike Sierra, PCMS at cox.net. You can call me at 702-307-8530. Ask for David Lewis. Our intent here is to get some justice. I would be happy just to get away from him, or I would have been happy just to get away from Village, and they won't even let you do that. So it's time to go to court. We're going to go to court. I'm going to pursue this with the Veterans Administration. I think also in our analysis so far that they should be investigated for violation of the RICO laws. There's a subsection in the RICO laws on profiteering, and it fits exactly what they have done here. So we're going to seek justice. I'd like to get as many veterans. If you have a loan with Village Capital and you've been hurt, please contact us. And you don't even have to be a veteran. I don't know how bad they're treating others, but the majority of these veterans and the FHA personnel as well have had the same problems. So life's too short to have people that can't, play fairly.
Yeah, they're taking advantage of people, it looks like.
They are.
Yes.
They are. They're focusing on veterans.
Well, thank you, Mr. Lewis. Thank you, Ms. Phillips.
Thank you.
Folks, that's David Lewis, Marine veteran, exposing VA loan corruption. And you probably want to ask a lot of questions before you sign off on that loan. This is Steve Sanson, Stephanie Phillips for Veterans in Politics. Until next time.
Join us every Wednesday night at 6 p.m. Pacific Time, live stream on Facebook.